So, you've just built a Minecraft docks, and now you want to know how to detail a Minecraft docks. Well, if you haven't, you can copy parts of mine. I don't dock points for originality, but if you have already built a docks, or you're about to, here is a collection of ideas that I've copied, been inspired by from the internet, so that you can detail your docks and really impress your peers. Alright, let's get into it. First things first, you want to create greatness, you first got to create crates, and I create my crates in several ways. Firstly, you get some beehives and you make sure that the slit is on the inside, and you put them in a 2x2x2, like so. You can then detail them if you want, you can sign around them, you can trapdoor, but that is up to you. Secondly, I like to make barrel crates. Now I like to do a little trick with my barrel crates to make sure I get a nice texture on the top, where you do a little bit like this, and you'll make sure to place them on the upside down. So that way, when you move these blocks here, you got a nice looking texture on top. You can also sign these ones as well, why not? Now, the nice thing about crates is they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, so you don't really have to be that specific when you're creating them. For example, this one here is barrel shaped like real barrels, but you've got it on its side. This is the sort of thing that I would see maybe transporting valuable wines or something like that. If you've got a medieval town that works in wines. Get out of the way, Lantern. You're not part of this. Right, and then you just end it off the same way we started it. And you get a little design like this. I mean, feel free to experiment. That's what I like about the crates. They can be however you want them to be. But this is just some personal favorites of mine. Alright, let's move onwards. But when it comes to making market stools, you're no fool. You don't stool at all. You want to make a design that looks great and functional. So, you want to follow my lead. There's bits like this, and you want to put that fancy seaside stripes on it. Look at that. Nothing like dark prismarine quartz that really says you're at the market stools on the docks. Beautiful. Putting a bit of dark oak along here, like so, and a few buttons to symbolize there's a pole going through the middle. You're already halfway there. Now just a bit of this pattern on the back as well. Then a seamless cut because you forgot you put the back wall in the wrong spot, and you can finally get on to putting in these stairs. Now, these aren't stairs that place themselves. You gotta place these things manually. They're not escalators. But when you do, you can go around to the inside here, put them on the back here too, and trust me, these won't be the only stairs you'll be getting when you finish this market stool, because it looks gorgeous. Then, you just copy this design all the way down here and have an army of market stools. Now, what good is a market stool armada if you haven't got anything to dish up? And we're going to be dishing up what we just finished fishing up. First of all, you make a fire pyre. Then, you use the wood to destroy the wood destroyer, because logic in this game is on point. Tactically placed trapdoors and signs will allow you to create a lovely looking crate. Then, you just fill your crate with your catches. Let's put some salmon in there, some cod. Look at that. Now, as a side note, the last time one man turned one fish into this many fish, he was followed religiously. So if you want to follow me religiously, hit subscribe. Unlimited fish. Now, you may have to crane your neck to see the next one, but it's a crane. Now, cranes on the docks are very important, and they're a very key source of detail. So let's put up a brother for this guy real quick here. Something like this is always good. They can vary from height to height, so don't be too specific with it. A little one of these things, I don't really know what they're called, but what I call them is the turny andesite wheel that make the crane do the crane things. Then the actual necky part of the crane for it to be holding onto something, and a bit at the back here as well, plus a whole lot of fence that's pretending to be rope. It's the imposter. Get the rope down here and a big old boulder connected to it so it knows that it's being weighed down in life and in general, and then a couple of stones put through the middle to make it look like there's something going through there. Some more back here. Bring the rope down here as well, and then a bit more staircase business. Bit like this, maybe? How about we do that, and that. That looks good to me. And finally, we get the chain across here, so we can finally have two cranes. perfect for the Ark in case of flooding. Talking of the Ark, here's an animal that probably wasn't too happy to be invited and forced on board, considering it can actually swim. That is, of course, this beautiful shark that I stole the design off Reddit. I will credit the person, hopefully, while I'm editing this video. Look, it's appeared on screen. It's in the sky. Thank you for making this design, and it's the perfect design to be hanging off our recently made cranes. Look at that. Now you can show off to all your friends that you finally ended that awful song. Hanging shark. Moving on very swiftly. A wise man once told me, a dog's not a dog unless the dog's got blocks. And what I think he meant by that is that a great detail is just piles of blocks around and in between your market stools. Things like melons, pumpkins, and hay blocks are always the best choices, I'd say. Yeah. As well as our beehives and our barrels from the crates we made earlier. Something like this. Just go, oops, I forgot you can look in them. Just go crazy with it. Just make sure to label your barrels though, otherwise you'll forget what's in them. Speaking of bombs, you never know when you're going to need to defend your docks, so I always recommend cannons. Cannons are great if you want to explode something, and this little cannon design here is absolutely beautiful for detailing up the docks. You give them a bit of firepower and all of a sudden, you are a might to be reckoned with. And finally, before my voice goes hoarse, carts and horses are of course a great source of detail and life on your docks. Now, just by placing in some rotated black stone stairs, you can create 4 wheels just like this. You get some trapdoors in between these bad boys here and here. Run a little line of slabs along it, another trapdoor at the back and at the side, and some tactically placed fence signs. Let's see, there. When you get those all the way around the outside, some hay in the middle just to make it like it's actually doing something. And then you put in these last trapdoors here, here, and here. And then if you want to, you can give it a bit of a nice looking front. Maybe something like, I don't know, that. Actually, this. Yeah, I like that. And just like that, a beautiful cart and a horse to lead it. To victory, my friend, to victory. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you learn a few details for your docks, and if you want to learn how to detail the next structure, tune into my channel sometime next week. Goodbye. Oh no. Whoa.